The No Normies Podcast.
Testing, levels.
Testing, levels. Syphilis.
Clap. Okay. Welcome to the No Normies Podcast. A podcast about two friends talking about,
What have you?
stuff.
Yeah.
I'm your host, Jim Allison,
I'm your host, Brad LeDuc.
and this is the first episode. On this episode, we talk about Stranger Things, the Netflix series.
We just got done power watching the last couple episodes
That's
because
right.
Jim had to catch me up.
That's right.
Could not gush more about this series. It hits every 80s trope and doesn't hit you over the head with it.
No. It's like the Goonies meets E.T., basically.
Yes,
everything you love.
Yeah, a nod from all the adventures of the kid adventure movies with government conspiracies, with aliens, with telekinesis, just all this good stuff. But it's not campy. It has some really good acting in it too. Spoilers, if you haven't watched this, we're going to give away a couple key plot points and probably even the ending.
It's a huge episode of spoilers. That's all it is.
So if you haven't right now,
Turn on Netflix, and you know what? Use your Netflix account because this is well worth it. Worth it. Do a marathon. Sit still for a day.
And okay,
The Stranger Things is basically an American science fiction horror web series on Netflix created by the Duffer Brothers. Now, I don't know much about the Duffer Brothers because I feel like they're new on the scene. They probably produced or maybe co-wrote something or directed something.
they have a couple writing credits on a couple other low-key movies, stuff you wouldn't really remember or just kind of oh, they did that? Okay.
And the cast is really great because it seems like there's two people, there's Winona Ryder and I think David Hobar, I think. He's Hodor.
No.
He's great because you see him once in a while as he's a character actor. You see him plays little tiny roles, but this is really nice to see the spotlight on him and how much he can do drama, he can do funny,
But he was the sheriff, right?
Yeah, he was the sheriff.
He was last in. You said he was in the Whitey Bulger story.
That's
with,
right.
Johnny Depp.
Mm-hmm, that little dinner scene about you should have told me the recipe. That guy. These characters are just so well created. You believe these characters. Everyone's very believable. There's not one weak actor in the whole cast.
Not a lot of pretty Hollywood people that were just oh, that's the trope. That's the trope. They totally they casted it really well done. I mean, from the kids on up to the adults, on up to the side characters, it just fit well, like a perfect puzzle piece.
It's genius. And of course, we love our favorite character, the Toothless Kid.
Toothless Kid.
You just want to hug that guy.
Yeah. I just anything that he's an S is just it's an S. Shit. Oh, yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, and just his face is so genuine. Just because the chubby kid with missing teeth, just it hits it perfect. He's the perfect comedy relief without getting too annoying.
You want to trust him. You want to be his friend if you're that young.
And you really believe the kids' friendship group that they have, and you really you buy into the backstory of them.
You do. And another big thing is how they shot the series. You see a lot of dolly shots. You see a lot of wide shots. They do it correctly. They know how to visually storytell. And it's just amazing that you can see this and be okay, that kind of reminds me of something that Sam Raimi did or Spielberg. But yeah, let's go back to the beginning. I mean, when you first saw the first episode,
the title screen just is perfect. Just the synthesizer and the text.
The John Carpenter red text,
beautiful.
I was just I see the guy running down the hallway, and then all of a sudden that quick little beat where he gets picked up into the elevator shaft, and you hear the demon music.
Yes,
demon voices. That was just that hooked me right away.
I mean, I'm a big monster movie guy too,
for sure.
So it was definitely just it got you the first bit, and then it jumped over to this 80s looking house, and to think that it was done and executed so well that it's even a second thought. You don't even think about it oh, this kind of looks like 80s. No, you immediately jump in and you buy the universe.
Yeah,
and I think that's where a lot of TV or movies for that matter, mostly movies these days, because TV, like we were saying, TV is getting sharp.
There's a flip. Like TV is now the new movies. You want to see these series.
Yeah, in a way. And like you think if they did it with a movie, this would have been lost. A lot of this character development and everything would have been lost. But
not to mention, it's a lot to cram into like an hour and a half.
Totally.
Yeah. It's crazy.
And I love the way they do chapters. It's built up in a chapter, so it is kind of like it's campy in that regard, and you dig it. It's you buy it again. And
sometimes it's kind of like difficult. Sometimes, of course, if the story isn't good, it's really difficult to binge because you're like, I mean, here's an example. We'll go off the path here, but like Mad Men's great, but I feel like I can't sit down and watch a buttload in one sitting.
I felt the same way about Breaking Bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, they're great series, but you'll have to like, you'll work it out and like leave it alone, come back to it, because I mean, a lot of it is character building. Mm-hmm. They did, what is this, 8 episodes, 12 episodes?
8 episodes.
8 episodes of Stranger Things, and it wraps it all up completely. I really can't wait to see the Emmys and see if they've got to get at least a couple nods, if not just for set piece or
just
effects. Yeah.
So well done. The character number 11. Mm-hmm. Which I think was, I found out she's British. That was very interesting to hear her voice. Yeah, she's British, of course, good actor. I love how they have this Akira theme going. Telekinesis. Now, I might be copying out by just saying like Akira, but like it reminds me very much of the Akira series because telekinesis, child, government's after her.
If you don't know Akira, go out to the anime section. I know that leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but just check it out. 80s movie, Akira. Animation. It's badass. We couldn't recommend that one more either.
It'll make your life better.
Yeah. But it's a lot of nods to a lot of great sci-fi. Mm-hmm. And it doesn't hit you over the head with it and say like, hey, remember this, huh?
No, you just sit there and you kind of like, it's like an afterthought where you're like, oh wait, I remember that from that movie. Mm-hmm. That's a great movie.
A Jaws poster maybe in the background that it doesn't click until the next scene. You're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's go over all the
you got a list right there.
Yeah,
what do you got?
Aliens popped up for a lot of people because we see that scene towards the end where the kid is stuck to the wall. He has one of those like face hugger type things on his face.
Yeah.
And you see other victims around that little cave. I think it was a library, right? It was inside the library.
Well, yeah. So the thing lives in a mirror, like negaverse. It's like the alternate universe. They do some good science in this too. I like that they use.
They bring up Carl Sagan's a blue dot.
MK Ultra,
MK Ultra,
which is a real thing. Look that up. It's kind of a fucked up read that the government did.
Government fucking with little kids, giving them drugs.
That old trope that actually happened. Yeah.
But God, yeah, they bring some science to it.
But yeah, going back to the aliens thing, yeah, they do it and they don't take too much from it. It doesn't look like Geiger's work for the design of the aliens.
Looks original, just little pieces borrowed,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
visually.
Yeah. And I love the particle effects that they put in the air, just so you
know,
the
fallout effects.
Yeah, the fallout effects that they put.
Nuclear just went off.
It's so badass. Yeah.
Carrie was another big one from 1976. The whole, the scene where the bullies are in the gymnasium, and one of them tries to attack the other, trying to beat him up, and freezes, and she uses her telekinesis to stop him. And another one that popped out to me was Close Encounters of the Third Kind from 1977.
Were they using light to communicate?
They were using electrical waves to communicate with the UFO and everything. In the same way, they're using lights to communicate with the sun that's missing. Mm-hmm. They had an Evil Dead poster sitting in the back because I did hear they're also big fans of Sam Raimi.
Who isn't?
Yeah, who isn't? And you see the first. I love that scene where it's like, take that down. It's inappropriate.
Yeah, from the deadbeat father. That was great.
It's evil. It's a great Evil Dead. Great movie to watch. Goonies, of course, because you have
the group of kids fighting against the adults.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was it was great. Yeah,
spaghetti, and then of course Jaws, because I mean this might be kind of like a leap, but like Jaws would track down its prey with the scent of blood. The same thing happened with this creature, where it came out only when blood was around.
Sure. Yeah, I see that. And also, they had a couple Jaws posters in the background.
Oh, did they? I didn't notice that.
Yep.
Oh, sweet. And another stretch, but I kind of feel like I believe. Why not? Minority Report, 2002.
Well, yeah, the sensory deprivation tanks, and I don't know what Philip K. Dick, the guy who wrote Minority Report's background is with that. But yeah, it's the sensory deprivation tank to get her to like reach over to the other side was pretty cool. Jeez. Good idea.
I mean, I love, if we're talking about that, I love how when it goes pitch black, that's her mind's eye, and she can, there was a Cold War going on at the time, so they're trying to, kind of spy on the Russians, but then. There's another thing she's picking up, these other weird waves, and she finds the creature. And I love how that's the bridge. She creates a portal by touching that thing, and that
And
thing's
oh
aware.
boy, oh boy,
Oh man, shenanigans! So many shenanigans
such
that happen.
shenanigans. Oh goodness. Yeah.
Another one, Poltergeist, 1982. Guy going in the portal
Yeah.
with the cord. I immediately think, okay, Poltergeist.
Immediately. Oh, and that little girl walking around in like the empty house, and she sees the craziness happen too. Yeah, and you're just like, oh shit. Yeah.
I love how when Noah's like, "Do you see something? Do you see something?" And then she's like, "Listen, you can't be yelling at my kid." And it's like, "You need to get the fuck out of my house."
Winona definitely owned the series. She, she was on my radar. She's an actress and kind of fell off. I mean, after her teenage years, but damn it, she is a good character actor.
She's great. I mean, it's sad that the crew had to check her pockets after she left, but
Yeah, hey, you got to rap. It takes a long time to build that trust again.
it does.
Yeah.
It really does. The Thing, you see a lot of. I mean, it's all John Carpenter stuff.
I mean, they have a scene from The Thing that they're watching on TV.
that's right.
Yeah.
The whole booby trap, the whole gang gets stuck in the hallway. The plan to.
Yeah.
God, I think that was a montage. If I remember, they had a montage of like setting up, getting with the bat with the nails.
And if you do a montage good, it's just poetry.
Beautiful.
Snatch
Beautiful.
your ass up in a bear trap. Oh.
But of course, the big one was E.T.
Oh, totally.
1982 E.T. I mean, it's just like the scene where they put the wig on her head and they're on the bicycles, and of course the chase.
She's exploring the house when no one's there. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was
Product
great.
placement, Eggo instead of Reese's Pieces. There's Eggos. Coca-Cola for sure.
Camels.
She hated that can. She hated that.
She hates
Coca-Cola.
fucking
She
Coca-Cola.
hates cans.
I
What
want
can
Crystal
say?
Pepsi, or you can go fuck yourself. Yeah. And they blatantly just like he's playing with his toys and he shows her Yoda. It's like it's really cute. Yeah.
And let's talk about this. So you don't like how she got together with the bad guy at the end, or
Okay, in the end, yes.
the bully.
In most 80s movies,
That's right. Most
the crazy weirdo or the crazy loner guy comes across the beautiful girl and he gets her. All right, Johnny Lawrence or Ralph Macchio in
you.
Karate Kid will beat Johnny Lawrence in the Cobra Kai, and guess what? He gets the girl. Let's see what else. I know everyone's just screaming at me right now.
we get the point, man. We get the point.
But you get the girl, and then in this one, she the main girl battles the demon. Granted, her scummy boyfriend comes around and is like, "Oh, I want to protect you again too." And
He's
then
got amazing hair, so
okay, yeah. So if you get some hair gel, then you can be an asshole completely to the woman.
thank you.
Yeah. Okay. All right, point proven. And then the last couple wrapping up the story, it shows her sitting down to Christmas with the new boyfriend in his like shitty sweater, and that just rubbed me as a former nerd. I can't let the beautiful guy win.
You see, I was fine with this because this leaves more things to happen in season 2, because now there has to be a turnaround. There has to be a turnaround.
If there's a season 2, well, there has to be a season 2 because it's just everyone's raving about it. So yes,
and B, I think that I like how it's not something you're so used to. I want that different thing at the end, and that was great. I was like, oh hey, they switch up, a little switch up. We're not used to that.
Yeah, they do leave a bit of a cliffhanger. We'll let that to you to find out. But yeah, I don't know. That's what leaves me nervous, is because you have lightning in a bottle with it. You have this amazing original script, and that's their freshman opus, and you come in with a sophomore, your second go around, and it could easily fuck up. You get more money, you get more people, more producers, more studios,
more chefs in the kitchen.
Yes,
which happens to a lot of things. I mean, you get a lot more producers who aren't very creative. They're just producers who make sure things are happening and talk to the right people.
What if she likes to sing, and we have a montage of her singing and getting a career? No.
Is there any way that we can have Fergie in here?
Yeah.
I want Fergie.
I want Fergie.
Baby, want Fergie.
Maybe the twist is she's the monster and with a heart of gold. No, fuck off.
Yeah, it could happen.
And but everything. If they could do it again, if they want to continue that story with the characters, maybe a little farther along in their lives, a couple years or so, I'm cool with that. That would be good. Like with what they left in the last episode, they could. And I'd jump in. I'd jump in right where they left off. If you bring back a character or two, bring back the fat kid.
Oh, for sure.
Him.
If he dies next season,
if he dies by pudding, I'm cool.
We found a chocolate pudding. I love laugh so hard.
My fat brethren have died from pudding, and I've had to pour out a couple for my dead homies. So I understand. I understand the pain.
So
but
great.
yeah. Or if they do another one, if it's just a new Stranger Thing, not the same Stranger Thing, a new one, that'd be cool too. I mean, best of luck, because that's gonna be a hard story to top.
It's hard. It's original and it's hard to make more stuff up. But here's another thing I was thinking about. it's considered to be an adventure series, right? But also kind of like a horror series. What were some scary parts for you? Like, what parts actually made you feel like, oh, this is kind of creepy? This is
Actually,
a creepy
I'm
scene.
surprised they didn't do a little like jump scares with just like, oh, I'm looking into a
that's-
hole in the wall, and oh, it's just a cat. I was
Maybe
surprised
that's
and
what
proud
made
of
it
them.
work. Maybe that's what made it work because our generation's so used to like, oh God, something's got a camera.
You know,
it's behind you.
Maybe I'm just too desensitized, or I've seen too many horror movies. But like, it didn't scare me. It was this just what really bought me was just everything was just working, and like I didn't. It took me to watching the end of the episode and then coming back into real life and being like, I appreciated this and I appreciated that. I appreciated all these different little pieces of that puzzle that that came together, and yeah, it didn't scare me. It just was. I was impressed, and then. The next episode, they topped it. The next episode, they built on that. They topped it, and then they wrapped it up in a little gift and said, "Here you go." And I was just like,
It was
yes,
tightly edited together.
It was so tight. Oh
Tight.
my god! You just slid in, and you just felt the warm, just soft embrace.
Portals. Yes,
The portals.
there's so many portals in that. But yeah, for me, actually, it wasn't terrifying, but it was creepy. I like the creepy factor. Like I think
good creepy factor. Yeah.
I think touching upon Mom Pants. I mean, the girl, her friend who died.
Pants.
Fart Pants. So me and my girlfriend started calling her Fart Pants because I couldn't get the Mom Pants on my head, and then it just turned to Fart Pants.
Yeah, she had some bloomers on. They were
She
some
had
big ass.
big ass.
But the funny thing was that she looked like the girl from 16 Candles, like her fat little sister. She
did.
And I think they definitely. I think that was a nod to John Hughes.
I think so too. Yeah.
They missed that in that where you got that info.
Yep.
Because like that was definitely a God. What was her fucking name?
Barbara. Barb.
No, the girl that from 16 Candles.
Oh.
Well, you know what we're talking about.
That girl.
Yeah, that girl.
That girl.
Gonna make a mine. Okay, we don't want to pay for that money.
But like for that scene, we don't have the budget.
No.
That scene where it's her mind's eye, and it's a black room, and they kind of did the thing where in the movie Lovely Bones, directed by
Going
Peter
back to
Jackson.
the-
Peter Jackson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just like how you're alone. You see you see Eleven's figure walking. It's a side shot, and then you see something in the distance. You don't really know what's on the ground, but it's kind of like disgusting looking even from the distance.
Yeah.
She gets closer and closer, and you're like, oh, that's a body. That's like a ripped up body. There's her head, and then a slug comes out of her mouth, which is just like, oh my god. That's,
yeah, I'm
that's
happy they didn't
gruesome.
hold back with the gross factor, and it wasn't gross over the top like intestines, gore, vor, just like everything. It was
very science fiction-y. They
science
kept it to that.
fiction-y, and they kept it like it was alien enough, but you could tell that it was a body, and like it was just like they grossed you out a little bit.
That was
But they
crazy.
they didn't like just highlight it and then push it at you over and over again.
Put
it was
it in
great.
your face.
Yeah.
It was that part disturbed me. I was like, oh, just quick moment. And the funny thing is, in my head, I knew someone had to die. Like it was very in the beginning. I'm just like, okay, that guy died in the elevator.
I was waiting for the kid Will to die.
Yeah, the kid, that was another. I mean, you're listening to this, so you know there's spoilers. But when they found the body of the kid in episode 3, I think.
Yeah.
I immediately thought like, oh man. So they're gonna go. This is how they're gonna play it. They're gonna kill him right away. He's gonna die.
And I was for it because I'm cynical like that. I'm just like, yeah.
You're just ready for it.
like
We're
you're waiting
ready
for him to take off another kid, like just off the kids.
Such a turnaround, though. The government cover up where it's actually just a doll full of like just candy. It was just full of like stuffing. It was
yeah,
like
it's just
stuffing.
a little teddy bear stuffing. Yeah,
And that
I
was
loved
the
it.
creepy part too, where the sheriff had to get brave enough to slice into a dead corpse. Mm-hmm. And as the audience member, you're just like, oh no, oh, there's no going back.
Yeah.
like you said, there's no going back. That part was a lot of creep factors. God, and then of course when she's going into the tree trunk, for me, I love that. I love seeing the upside world, basically Mirrorland. But like, I love how it's just a shadowy forest and. Really, it's her and the creature. There's no one else in this plane existence that we know of.
Yeah.
So that to me is creepy that you're stuck in this, and not to mention the portal. She got lost. She didn't know where she came in. Don't know how that happened because she just walked a couple feet. But
Another horror trope.
another horror trope. Yeah, split up, go into the tree. Such a horror.
White people, let's go explore this dangerous.
Earth sound.
Let's go towards it. Yeah.
Run away. That was creepy because I was thinking like, okay. And then they show the little.
Run, bitch! Run!
They show the creature. They show the creature.
Yeah.
That quick little cut, and it didn't look like CGI. I love how they actually did. It was practical. Yeah, they did practical effects for that creature for like that second. I was just like, oh, that's great.
That was really a dude in a mask, or
It had to be. Did not look like CGI. Now, speaking of that, the CGI. That's for me. I'm just like overall. It's a great present wrapped up in a bow and everything. But I didn't like how at the end how they kept on the creature that long because you can kind of see The CGI, for me, it really popped down like that's CGI. That's bumpy. That's kind of rough.
True.
That happens to me when I watch the movie. What's that movie? The Korean movie.
The Host.
The Korean movie, The Host. These days you can watch it and I basically go, oh crap, I can kind of see how kind of the story's still great, but I can see the effects kind of like.
Now, see, I saw the CGI and I'm on the other side of the fence there.
Oh, yeah?
I dug it because
They pulled it off.
again, it was such an epilepsy part, just because with the flashing lights, and also you need to have the payoff at the end. You've been invested as a viewer. You need to see
You need to see the full thing.
Yeah. So to have a practical effect there would be just too rubbery and too campy, because it was kind of an alien looking kind of thing.
Or maybe too much light was on it. Maybe that was the issue. We saw
Exactly.
too much. Yeah.
So we don't know what they did. We wouldn't know until like the
We
DVD
don't know what
commentary.
they did, and we're worried.
Yeah.
No, but overall, it was really well done. I like how, like we were talking about, they only showed a little bit. Like it was kind of like the build up was great.
Yes.
Because you saw snippet, and then you saw the full thing. It's like that. Okay.
They kept
Sure.
it. They kept it hidden as long as they could, and it was right. Yeah. Too many movies these days will just blow their load immediately and show you the creature they've been working on. Just like, I can't wait.
Hide the reveal. Yeah.
No. You gotta just give it a little bit.
Just you
an
gotta nurture.
inch at a time.
You gotta
know?
nurture.
Maybe just spin on it a little bit.
gotta tease.
Push it in.
Look at me. You got tease.
Teasing me. Yeah. So totally worth it. Stranger Things. Check it out.
Stranger Things, Netflix. Go for it.
Or you already watched it.
You heard us.
Ciao.